Okay, on this 18 you'll see many Polaris products. He's got a Polaris lock and ride windshield with wiper, washer. He's got Pro Armor light on the bar, on the top. That's a spot and a flood. You see the difference in the lights. The sides are floods, the middle spot. These wipers, Polaris really didn't think this through. When that wiper goes on, it stops right about here, so the passenger doesn't get it wiped. He's got seismic mirrors, Polaris soft top, Pro Armor 3-inch cube lights on the back. He's got the headache rack, and it has this little fold down thing. If I can do it with one hand. There we go. That folds down there, and then you have a nice shelf you can put stuff on. He likes to put his bow equipment there when he's hunting. It's just a lock and ride. Bad thing is, easy as steel. On this one, he also has the bed extender. It does not flip over like the ones you would see in your pickup trucks. This one you have to unlock it, the lock and ride, pick it up, turn it around. When it's sitting here, it has these little pads that sit right here. The idea is to help keep the tailgate from bouncing. Adds quite a bit of length though when that's turned around. I'll have to set the phone down to show you. Also has the side bars from Polaris. You see they stick way out. It looks kind of silly, I think, on this machine with stock tires, but this machine here also has a set of tracks. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I would imagine with the tracks those bars look perfect. You peek inside the 18. I don't think there's too much they've changed. You have the ride command down there. It's only a 5-button ride command. Has since been updated, and it's got the speakers up here in the top. When they put that lock and ride with the windshield wiper motor, this spot right here that the wire's coming out, that's where the mirror's supposed to be. The mirror is normally right there. When you buy this windshield with this, you have to move the mirror over there. You have to cut a hole in the bottom of this so that this will fit in here. You also have to cut this out. They do put patterns on the back so you know where to cut. Looks like this speaker bar has 6 of that size and 2 of that size. I have no idea what the wattage is. Everything else, I believe, is about the same. The bottom of the roof looks like there might be more stuff on the 20, like support pieces. We'll have to look at that here in a minute and see. He has the light. Maybe the key has to be on for it. So to get into the back of these, you have to unzip this, reach your hand through to pop that lever to open it up, because the latch is on the inside. Or every time you want in, you open the front door, reach around and open it up. It's kind of silly. That's what they did. These straps up here, just like they did on mine, because we both have the Polaris soft top. You're supposed to put Velcro up here, pull it tight so that it holds it in there when you're running down the road. Let's see if you open the door. It just touches the side of the seismic mirror with the soft top, but doesn't really hurt it. Those mirrors just clamp around the frame. Back doors on these. His only has one strap. There's a strap right here that goes around the bar and is pulling it down to hold it tight. So you can wiggle back and forth a little bit. On the 20, apparently they changed that a little bit. On mine, there are two straps. And there's a strap right here, and then there's one right here. Goes down into this screw. And try to rock that. That does not move as far as fore and aft. Oh, I forgot to trim that off. Need to trim that weather stripping right there. Okay, going from his, oh, I guess the top is pretty similar. Okay, on 20, they no longer have speakers up on the front bar like the 18 and the 19. The 19 has the same speakers in it that the 18 over there had. The 19 has 7-button ride command, and for $150 you can add the vehicle to vehicle antenna. The 20 ride command comes with it. I'll show you that antenna in a moment. There's the vehicle to vehicle antenna on the 4-seater. It's mounted on the intermediate bar. The instructions tell you it goes on the hood. That would be hideous. This piece right up here on top is the antenna. This is just a bracket, and there's a little bracket that's welded to this when you get the machine, and it shows the antenna on the Ranger is up here on this front bar. So weird. Ranger on this bar, a General, and a Razor. It shows in the instructions, it shows it would be down there on the hood. That would be gross. So far I don't have anyone to test that antenna with to see if it works. I'm trying to get my buddy with the 2019 to get one of those antennas so we can test them out and see how they work. But it is $150. He's having some issues with his ride command programming, so see if Polaris will hook him up with one. Keeping the fingers crossed. So in 20, if you get the ride command, You see it's a 7 function also. It comes with a 400 watt amplifier, a subwoofer underneath the dash in the way of where your heater's supposed to go. Comes with speakers down there on each side, and it comes with speakers back there in the back. See if I can get the focus. There you go, on each side. I had to take the subwoofer out to be able to put the heater in. So I have a wire under the dash there. So when I find a new spot for the sub, which probably someday, it'll go right back there between those two speakers. So I take the wire I have under the dash and run it back there. So this area is a lot more open on this one. On this 19, they added these little handles to help get in. Screwed right into those bars, which I believe 20 must be those. I'd have to just put clips on them, I'm assuming. They seem silly to me at first, but they're actually pretty handy. Okay, back window on the 18 is a lock and ride. Full glass. You got those handles right there. These things here you can twist on each side, tip it back and lift it up, and it'll come out. This lower panel, easier to see on the outside. This lower panel down here is plastic, and they're notorious for warping. I almost went with this window, but these have a tendency to warp, and I thought a slider would be pretty neat. It's not very much smaller glass area than the Polaris one, but it is just a hair. If you were going to put this headache rack on, it really wouldn't make any difference, because the headache rack blocks a lot of that area anyway. And I did put this headache rack on the 20 over there. These windows stick out just a little bit. This part here is even with this, but the slider sticks out beyond, so I was worried about that hitting. You can see on these, the lock and ride, the glass is actually forward of this just a hair, so you got pretty good distance in here, so you don't have to worry about that hitting. It shakes a little, but it ain't gonna hit it. When we tried it on my 20 with the back sliding window that I have, the only time anything did anything is this bolt would kiss my frame if you slam the bed closed. That might be able to be adjusted, because you'll see here the size gap on his bed. Let's see if the other side's the same. Pretty close, big gap. This one here is a little bit tighter. A little bit tighter yet. And then on the 20, mine's real tight on this side. On this side is just a hair wider. So if it's possible to slide that back It'd be with these bolts here. I don't believe there's any kind of adjustment. It'd probably have to be some customizing. This machine right here, he's had for a couple years. Of course, it's 2018. And you see how the height of it is. I'll hold this phone at the same height. I go up to this window and I just go over the top of it. I'll go to the XP, still holding the phone at the same height, and I'm way down here. So there's quite a difference in height, about that much. And there's 30-inch tires on the XP, and these both have 27 11 14s. 27 11 14s. These are Dirt Commanders, and these are Colorados. 18 has Dirt Commander, 19 has Colorados. 27 by 9 on the front, 27 by 9 on the front. On the 20, they have 30 by 10 by 15 Road Armor Crawler XG. See that tread pattern? And on the front, they have a 30, 10, 15 Pro Armor Crawler XG F. Look at that tread. Quite a bit different. Apparently they thought it needed a more aggressive one to help pull it through the turns. I'm not sure the reasoning. So when this guy with this machine came over and saw my machine, suddenly he needed a lift, high clearance A-arms, bigger tires, different headlights. So I'm hoping to do a video on the upgrades that will be done to this machine, and eventually I'll show a video with the tracks on it.